What motivated me to start Moma Renewable Energy basically has been the gap in clean cooking. As I mentioned, I worked a lot with the local government in developing the county energy plan, specifically for Kisii County. And over time, I realized that a lot of efforts were being focused on electrification rather than clean cooking. So I saw a gap and a need that the communities really needed, and I thought that this is somewhere that I can come in and start. So as Moma, what we do is we also try to solve the problem of ethanol competing with food. So instead of using things like maize in Kenya, which is actually a staple food, we use things like organic waste to develop the fuel. So, and the fuel is used as a clean cooking fuel alternative that is affordable, specifically for rural areas where they're either priced out other clean sources of cooking fuel like electricity, or geographically they cannot access other sources of clean cooking fuel such as gas. So right now what we're doing is we're running a pilot with the Kisii banana processing plant, whereby we offtake all the waste, the banana peels, clippings and overripe bananas, since what they need for their production is green bananas. We take that, we process it, pre-treatment, we then ferment it. Once it's fermented, we sieve out the solids, which are known as the DDGS. The solids go into animal feed since they're very high in protein, especially after the yeast working on them. And the liquid is then taken through the distillation process. So from the fermentation process, you will get up to between 7 to 15% of alcohol. And then from there, once you take it through the distillation process, is where you get now a higher percentage alcohol. So the first distillation process will give us about 70%, but our end product needs about 96%. So we take it through several distillation processes, 2 or as many that is required to get it all the way to 96%. After the distillation process, the ethanol is then denatured using denatonium, and it's also colored. So that this is also to prevent or to make people not want to drink it, and also to make it unpotable. And then once it has been denatured, it is stored and then transported to kiosks, which we're currently using in the rural areas to supply our product to the end customer. At the beginning, one of the biggest challenges that we were facing is, let me call it systems. We didn't have any systems in place, whether financial systems, procurement systems, even just recording what it is that we were doing, or our piloting or our research processes. So one of the problems that we're facing is that we weren't recording anything. So at the end of the day, we didn't have a paper trail of what it is that we were doing. Our machines at the beginning were fully self-fabricated by us and some local Jua Kali artisans. And to be honest, we didn't really record what was going into it. It was more like trial and error. So we didn't have any systems in place to also help us or dictate our growth. We were just going with the flow as things were coming. So I think that was one of the biggest challenges that we needed to fix immediately, or otherwise we wouldn't be able to scale as much as we've been able to achieve right now.
Moma Renewable Energy.
Winning came as a surprise for me, especially since there were so many other wonderful companies that were doing a lot of wonderful things in their communities. So I remember sitting down in class one day, and since we were 15 companies, I could count at least 7 other companies that I was like, oh my God, these ones are doing even like way greater things that I'm doing. You got like people providing psychiatric help, people trying to make it easier for businesses to send parcels. There are so many other wonderful companies, and winning came as a surprise. It was pleasant surprise, and it was a validation to what it is that we were trying to do. And also to me as a founder, it showed growth, to be honest, with everything that I've been able to accomplish so far, especially throughout the program. So with the funding in place and us putting systems in place, especially when it comes to report, it made reporting easier, basically. So that's one of the things that we've been able to gain. And also we realized that having Standard Chartered Bank and Strathmore University feature as some of our partners on our journey has really helped give us credibility, because when people see that that such companies gave or believed in your journey, or basically validated your model before, it becomes easier for them to also trust you. So I'd say we've also accomplished a lot more in onboarding Strathmore and Standard Chartered as some of our partners on our journey. Strathmore University and the Standard Chartered Bank, thank you for the opportunity that was given to me. Thank you for the faith that you had in my business model and in my business and in my innovation, and also in my team. And thank you for the $10,000 that really came in handy when we needed to put systems in place, and it has helped us in our fundraising efforts so far, and I'm sure will come in handy in our future fundraising efforts. And I'd say that the Women in Tech is such a great program, and a lot more women will actually benefit from it, both new founders and founders who have been in the space for a while and are struggling, because the mentors that are currently involved in the project actually give really good advice and help us realize or grow our business from a Kenyan context that I feel like a lot of companies lack. So yeah, I hope that Women in Tech continues for many more cohorts, for many more women to be able to benefit from it.